everyone. It's Lori in Dallas, Texas. Yes, wishing you a very happy birthday, Rich. How can you be 80? Oh my goodness. Anyway, wish I could be there to join in all the fun festivities, but alas, still working. I just want to wish you a very, very happy day and just let you know that you and Carolyn were such a great part of my life growing up. Have such great memories of y'all hanging out in the kitchen with my mom, making her laugh till she cried. Dad sauntering through, giggling, and just such wonderful memories of y'all. Y'all can make me laugh probably more than anyone in the whole world, so I do miss you all very much. Have a great day, and hope to see you all soon, okay? Bye-bye.
Go.
Hi, Rich and family. I was asked to tell something that Rich had pulled on other people that we thought were funny. One of the things that came to my mind was that Harold Becker and his son-in-law came down to Rich's the lot to buy a car, and he found a car he liked, and when they went in the office to settle up, the son-in-law didn't have enough money, and so Harold said, well, never mind. He says, I'll write a check out to Rich and take care of that, and then you can pay me later. But then he told Rich, he said, now, Rich, don't you cash this check until after Monday, because I got to transfer the money. Well, then that night, on Monday night, we had a board meeting. At this board meeting, while everything was taken care of in the board meeting, then the pastor says that Rich Hanson has some other business that is quite vital for the church or for the board to take care of, and that he'll take over now. So he turned the board meeting over to Rich, and Rich said, I'm very sorry to have to tell the board this, but we have a member of the church that's writing hot checks. And he said, not only that, he's on the board. And guess who's on the board? Harold Becker knew exactly what Rich was doing. He pulled this on Rich right in front of all of the board members. We thought it was pretty funny.
I don't know. After
Say happy birthday.
Have a good 80th. Bye-bye.
Hi, Grandpa. Happy birthday. I hope you've had an amazing day today, and all these videos were a super great surprise for celebrating such a big day and big, accomplishment. And I am so thankful for you and how amazing you are. You've been an amazing grandpa. You've taught me so much about life and business. And one of the things that I always say to people, and that I always think of you, I can hear it in your voice, is that you say you always do right by people. And that has taken me so far in my business and in life. And it's probably one of the biggest impacts that you've made on me. I remember being pushed in the pool one too many times. I remember, and how we used to laugh and laugh and laugh, and we thought it was so funny. And at that time, we thought that we had the upper hand, and that we were bigger than you and stronger than you, and we could somehow fight it. And I'm sure you picked us up like little feathers and just tossed us in. But it was a childhood memory that I'll never forget, sitting on Alta Mesa in that second house on the chairs with the white metal and the blue netting, and sitting there all summer long, coming out to visit from Denver, and just sitting and enjoying the sunshine in the pool, and waiting for you to get home, and being so anxious because we knew you'd throw us in the pool. Things like, and you've been so steady for us as a family, not only my immediate family, but all of us, all of your grandkids, your kids, great grandkids, everybody knows who you are. I can tell you that my kids are going to have everlasting memories from you, even just from seeing you in January in Hawaii, and what that meant to the kids, especially Macy. That's a huge thing, and I'm just so appreciative of the legacy that you passed on. Being able to tease you and freeze your underwear, and Vaseline, and on door handles, and everything else mean that we ever did to you. You were such a good sport about taking it and playing along, and you may have hated it, but you didn't really hate it, and we all knew that you loved it just as much as we did, and you were always such a good sport, you know. When I had my heart surgery and you guys came out for that, that was a huge thing for me, and it meant more to us that you both did that, knowing that it wasn't super easy even 2 years ago for you to get out, but you did it. And we ate that chili for probably a year because there's so much of it, but it was, every time we ate it, I just thought of you and how appreciative I was that you were able to do that. I'm not gonna get sappy and I'm not gonna cry, but that made a huge impact on me, and I love you, and I'm so happy you're my grandpa, and you have left a legacy that's, I just hope one day I can pass down to my kids and know that it was from you. So I love you. I hope you had an amazing day. Thanks for being such a great grandpa. We love you. The kids love you. Tom loves you. And we wish we were there to celebrate with you today. But we're there in spirit. Love you, Grandpa.
Hey, Rich, you old goat. Happy birthday. Happy 80th birthday. Just wanted to let you know how much Meg and I really love and appreciate you and Carolyn. We're really upset you're leaving, but I guess good things come to an end. That doesn't mean we're not going to see you. But anyway, I wanted to share something with you that's my favorite experience with you. And this is it. Remember Halloween? Here, when we met at that restaurant over there on Sherry Creek. And I was late, and I stopped and asked the hostess if she would do me a favor. And she didn't want to. I said, please, he's an old friend, that, you know. And so she agreed to do that. And so when I came and sat down, within 30 seconds, the hostess came in, and she reached down and put her arm on your shoulders and said something like this: "Sir, the manager has asked if you would please remove your mask." And it was just awesome, because your jaw dropped practically down to the floor. You couldn't believe it. That was the best one I ever pulled on you. And the other thing I'm thinking of is, I started my car buying with you back over in Eureka when I bought that awful tan Omega. You know, I should have known from that point on what a scummy car that turned out to be. But I had faith in you, and I guess I bought maybe 20 cars over the years. Anyway, happy birthday, and look forward to going out to dinner with you when you come back to town.
Hey, I just want to say happy birthday to Rich. I hope that he has a wonderful birthday with all of his family being there. Hello to all the Hanson family. And I just want to say that Rich has been a friend down through the ages. Can't get better than a good friend like Rich. Anyway, I want you to know I love you guys. And I do have kind of a funny story to tell. And that's when we were singing way back in the 70s. And our group came down from the platform to sit down. And I thought that Bob was on one side of me. And I started patting his leg. And then I turned to look to see who it was. And it was Rich. And everybody was laughing. And I thought I was going to fall off my seat. And the pastor up in front was trying to take an offering and was pretty disturbed with all of us. But he was always fun. He always told a good joke. Anyway, happy birthday, Rich. Hope you have many, many more.
Hi, Rich. Happy birthday from Marcy and Larry up in Winchester, Oregon. And here is the pool table waiting for you to come up and put some English on some of these balls. I hope you have a great birthday. Sure enjoyed visiting with you every time you came into the office. And I think one of my favorite visits was when you came into Pine Street School and tried some of Rhonda's sea snacks of seaweed and how gross they were, and you felt just like I did. So I hope you have a wonderful birthday and everything is just how you want it. And there's that pool table just waiting for you. Okay, bye.
Hey there, this is Sherry Floyd. Hey, I'm rolling down the road today, heading my way to Irvine and thinking about King Richard. I know that this year you turn 80 years old, And so I'd like to share a little interesting story about King Richard. And this was back in the late 70s. You know, that's a long time ago. But Rhonda and I were in high school, and we had made it to some high-level jazz competition or something like that. And King Richard, he was always good at taking care of us girls. And he decided, since we were going to be taking a road trip, that we should probably have a brand new red Firebird convertible to use to drive to Reno. Now, I don't know why anybody in their right mind would send two 17-year-olds in a red convertible Firebird to Reno for some music thing, but he did. And we had a great time. And, you know, I just think so much about how much fun you were, King Richard, and I'm so thankful for you, and I just know that there's going to be many more years where you're going to contribute to many more lives in your kids and your grandkids' lives, and I'm so thankful for you, and I thank you for the opportunity and the trust that you put into us to be able to go that distance in a little red Firebird. Happy 80th birthday to you. Love you much.
Richard, this is Glenn, your favorite son-in-law, wishing you happy birthday. I wish you many joyful tears on your birthday this year. And I thank you for being a father to me after I married your daughter. And thank you for just supporting us, being faithful, and always being a godly example of a man in my life, one of many. But thank you for doing that. I appreciate so much your wit and humor and your just excitement about business and running your own business and striving to have an excellent business with an excellent reputation. And those are things that I appreciate greatly that you modeled well. Thank you for your daughter. I got to marry her 30 years ago almost to the day. And if it wasn't for you, she wouldn't have been here. So thank you for that. And I know that without me knowing you, I would not know what a booger heifas is, or that the best way to sell a car when nobody wants to buy it is to jack the price up and say reduced on it. Never knew that sales tactic, and it works. Thank you for that. Thank you for the King Richard's t-shirts. Oh, they were glorious, with cars and Queenie. Such a marvelous artistic rendition of King Richard's ink. Thank you for that. Those memories will forever be etched in my brain. I want to thank you for showing me that grown men, can have a sloppy wet kiss together, and it's okay, because we're family. So it's okay. I want to thank you just for being a grandpa to my sons and daughters. They love and adore you. And thank you so much for the money game. Never heard of it. Totally love it. The kids love it. It's just one of those great things. I also thank you for your hash browns and eggs. Yes, I've tried my best. Still trying. And some years I get it, some years I don't. But thank you for those hash browns and eggs. That was marvelous. There was always steaks on at your house, and food to eat, and good company, and usually a local track to go watch a race at. And I greatly appreciate those memories of just being around you for the last 30 years. So, here's to more birthdays and more memories, now that you're moving up closer, and more fun, and more sloppy wet kisses, and to a great man, the King Kong himself. Happy birthday. Love you. Richard, I forgot one important thing. You taught me how to say no to Wendy. Thank you. I've learned it. I know how to say no. I can say no. But you never told me what happens when you say no to Wendy. So there's this now. So move up here. Come on. I need more wisdom from you. Let's do this. I'm excited. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Love you.
Hey Dad, happy 65th birthday. That's what I'm gonna say because it gives us a little bit more time. So I just added 15 years. Aren't you happy about that? Hey, we just want to bless you today on your birthday for what an awesome guy you are, and awesome dad and husband and friend, all that good stuff, uncle. But there's some things I want to reminisce about today. And I have to write them down because you know that 1% in there I don't remember. So I have a list over here. I'm going to wrote down just some things that I remember that are fun times for me. First one was on O Street, I believe. There's a swimming pool up on the second story deck. You had come home from work, wondered what it was doing. You wanted to empty it. So I said, hey Dad, just put your foot on the edge and get the water out. You're like, oh, okay. So you put your foot on the edge, and in your nice wingtips that you spent $200 on, water came all over them and all over everything. And I think we laughed so hard. Even to this day, we laugh about that. Another one is a couple with Rhonda, the devil tattoo that we put on your forehead, which I was the lucky one that got to go in the room and risk being exposed. I remember Mom and Rhonda were standing at the door just cracking up, and I couldn't laugh because you'd wake up. But we got the devil tattoo on your forehead, and the bummer part is you never got mad. You always would just go in the bathroom, and there was no satisfaction. But we did get you, and you know we got you. And I think one of the best ones was when Rhonda called you and was talking, and you were dogging on me. What a horrible child I was. And then all of a sudden I pop on, and there was the three of us, and you were exposed. And you threw the phone down, gave it to Mom, couldn't handle it. I think that's probably one of the best things that we've done. That was hilarious. And even now you're little Larry still. And it's been, gosh, it's probably been 10 years. So that was a good one when you're still afraid to talk to us on the phone. Another thing, it goes kind of back a little bit to my childhood, is the buying trips. You'd wake me up in the morning and say, come on, you want to go on a buying trip with me? And off we'd go, and I'd skip school, and I remember Mom didn't like that. But you know what? Those are memories. I don't have memories of going to school. I have memories of going on buying trips with you. So, just walking around and holding your hand, walking in, watching you buy cars, and it was just an experience. And the auction, I loved going to the auction with you. All that stuff. And the races, I remember going to the races, and Mom and I, even young, I'm a little bit, I get irritated easily. But I remember Mom and I would be at the races, and somebody would cut you off or bang into you when they didn't need to, and Mom and I would get so mad. And I remember one time there was somebody next to us in the little box seat that we sat in, and they were for the other guy. And I remember her and Mom were just having a little tiff about it because Mom was being vocal. And so just the fun times at the track when you would win, and we were so proud of you to go down and get that trophy. And kissing the trophy girl wasn't the best, but I know that was not fun. But the races, gosh, I have so much. There's going to Stanton's and having my friends come, and we just put it on your bill because you had an open bill down, and it's like, King will pay, we can go anywhere. And there was a few places in town that we could do that and just go buy for all our friends. I'd go down to the lot, and I'd get free gas from Jay. I didn't realize how much it costs to raise a family now that we have 6 kids. It's expensive. And, you'd buy a ski gear and take us skiing and all those fun things that we would do that we took for granted, because it does take a lot to raise kids, and you provided very well. I mean, I just have a list of things that, all the cars that I would drive off the lot, they were trade-ins, and you'd say, drive this, tell me what's wrong with it. And I would learn a lot about cars, because I would say, well, it's doing this. Well, and then you would explain, well, that's this and that's that. So I did learn what sounds and all that. So, driving the black Corvette to school, that was a cool one. But there was also the $75 cars that you would make me drive. So it kept me a little bit humble, but it was fun. And those were all the good memories that we have. What else? One of the not so good ones was when you would hold us over the pool on Alta Mesa and play Trust. That was the worst. I just knew we were going in, and I don't remember if you ever did actually let me fall in or not, but that was the worst thing. Or holding us down and having the spit come out of your mouth just in time to suck it back up so we wouldn't get spit on. That was scary, and I still have nightmares. Going skiing when you'd spin out around the snow. I am so afraid of snow and driving in the snow because of that. So thank you. Glenn appreciates that. I just get so scared. But you were a great dad, are a great dad and husband and mom. I think you deserve a lot of the credit here, because you were the stable. Dad would go have fun and do these things, but we'd come back and you'd kind of keep us grounded and stable. And you did a great job. Both of you guys are awesome parents, and I so appreciate you. And one thing that I wanted to say is, we talk to, girls, especially girls all the time, that doubt that God loves them and doubt that he's there and will never leave them. The one thing I can say that I haven't struggled with is feeling abandoned by the Lord, or that he doesn't love me, or I'm not good enough. And that's solely because of you. And they say that the way that girls see their Heavenly Father is based a lot on their relationship with their earthly father. And that's something that you've done very well, is you've loved us and never turned your back on us. And that's, how we see the Lord. So that was, you and Mom have been great examples of how to live right. And, there's been turmoil and there's been problems, but you've stuck it out and you guys have just persevered. And I appreciate that with you, that we can honestly say we have parents that are still together after all this long. And I love you guys for that. Mom, I think you deserve a medal on today too, for putting up with Dad for all this time. He's a handful. So you were the steady for sure. When he would want to amp us up and play and go do, you were the steady. And you're also fun. So when you hit 80, we'll be doing the same thing for you. So your turn is coming. But I just want to say I love you, and I know I am your favorite. And we have to pretend that Rhonda is, because she gets a little insecure. But me and you, we're a team. So I love you, and I can't wait to see you. Have a happy, happy birthday. You are loved.
Hi, Rich. Happy 80th. This is the only place I can find to send you a video. It's not very long. Have a great day. I love you very much. Miss you. I will call you with a funny story, because I can't make any longer on this one. So have a good day.
Hi, Dad. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. It's 80 years. And I don't know what to say. You don't look 80. You don't act 80. You're just my dad. And I know it probably should be a big deal being 80 years old, but to me, you're just my dad. And I'm thankful that I have you. I'm really looking forward to our time together up here, that we can spend together working and laughing. And I love having you around, Jane and the kids, you and Mom both. I'm just really thankful and blessed that you're still here, that you're still in great health. And I'm thankful for you as my dad. And I'm happy to say happy 80th birthday, because not a lot of kids get to say that to their parents. You've impacted me a lot. You've taught me a lot. I find myself saying things that you did years ago, and they make people laugh. Not too long ago, I had somebody ask me over the phone, well, how much is it to fix this dent? And I remembered something that you'd said years ago. I was younger, and I remember sitting in the dealership, and you were on the phone with the customer, and I'm sure that they probably asked you the same thing. How much is my car worth? Or, what do you give me for my trade-in? And your response to that was, well, that's like asking me how long your dog's tail is. And at the time I thought, Dad, that's rude. Why would you reply like that? But I knew what you were saying. Now I understand, what it was that you were getting at. It was, let me see it first, and then I can tell you how long your dog's tail is. Bring your dog in. Let me look at it. And then I can tell you how much it's worth. So people call me and tell me, sometimes not with everybody, because you've taught me what buttons to push, when to push them, who not to push. But, they'll call and they'll say, well, how much is it to fix the dent? And sometimes I'll say, well, that's like asking me how long your dog's tail is. I don't know. I need to see it first. So some people laugh. Some people don't really think about it. Some people, it goes right over their head, and they don't know what I'm talking about. They think I'm crazy. But you have a unique way of impacting and influencing us kids, and we can hear things. I can hear you say things over and over in my mind as I'm working on this car business or dealing with people. I'm really grateful, and I'm thankful that we get to have some time together up here, you and Mom, and we'll be celebrating Mom's 80th birthday here soon too. So happy birthday. I can't wait to see you and get you moved up here, and we're going to have fun. We're going to get to travel a little bit maybe and have some fun and relax and spend time with the kids and grandkids, and now your great grandkids. Thank you for being a good dad. Thank you for taking care of yourself and clean living, giving us a good example. And I love you.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Just want to say I love you. Can't wait for you to move up and spend more time with me and William. Love ya.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you.
Hi, Grandpa. Happy birthday.
We can't wait to see you when you move up. We love you. Hope to see you soon.
Happy birthday, Dad. I am so thankful that I could call you Dad. You haven't been my dad my whole life, but for the better part of 30 plus years, I've had the honor of getting to call you that. And I remember when I first started in the family and I called you King, and Randy elbowed me and said, call him Dad. Hurt his feelings. And so it's been Dad ever since. And I just want to tell you how much we all love you and love the person that you are and everything you've brought to our lives, and how you've been a man that we could look up to in so many ways, and a person of honor, and you do it all with joy and laughter, and you make us smile, and you are kind, and you've given us so much, just so many gifts of generosity and kindness throughout life, and teaching lessons. I'll never forget Shopping 101. I teach it to my kids, and I'll always doctor up any recipe, anything plain that's just a basic recipe becomes all doctored up for you. I can't wait to see what the rest of your life holds. I love you. Thank you for being part of all of our lives. Happy birthday.
Hey, Grandpa. It's been a while. Hope everything's going well. I am just saying that I love you and that I couldn't have asked for a better grandpa. We've spent so many fun times together over the past 23 years of my life, and I just want you to know that I love you. And Jessica loves you too. We're in 2 different places, so she couldn't be a part of this. But she wanted to say that she loves you and she's really enjoyed getting to be a part of our family. And I was just thinking about how much fun we've always had together, whether it was playing pool at the dealership or hanging out with Queenie or helping you guys with your landscaping. We've had some good times over the past few years, and it's been awesome. So I love you, and happy birthday, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.
Well, hello, King. Just dropped in to wish you happy birthday. It's been wonderful having you in my life. I think you're a heck of an inspiration to all of us, and it's fun to see you interact with the family. Can't wait till we have more vacations together so I can chalk up a bunch of more funny stories about you. Right now, I'm going to hold them to myself. Anyway, I hope you have a great birthday. Look forward to many, many more.
Hi, Grandpa. Happy 80th birthday. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad that Harley gets to grow up knowing you and playing the money game and going to Bonkerville and just gets to be around you. We love you so much. We hope you have a great birthday. Love you, Grandpa.
We love you.
I want to wish a most happy 80th birthday to the most awesome King that I ever worked for. We had more fun working for you, King, than any place I ever worked. I can't thank you enough for all that you did for Rich and I and setting us up in that business. We made it 31 years, and we're still clipping coupons off it today. Thank you again for everything, Rich, and I wish you a very, very happy birthday and many, many more.
Grandpa, thank you for letting us play on your Nintendo, me and Gabe, at your house. And it was funny when I would keep crashing. I thought I was the Bowser. That was funny. Okay, done. Thanks for getting us McDonald's. Because there's nothing to eat and you're really fun to be with, and I like when we're at our house because it's really fun to be with you, and I hope you come over again, or we come over to your house. Bye.
Hey, great-great-grandpa, how are you doing? Here's your turning 80. Congratulations. Thank you for DoorDashing us McDonald's. And I love some of the things that are unique about you, like birthday spankings and business. Oh, by the way, you're due for birthday spankings. 80 of those suckers if we see you on Monday. So just watch out for that. And all 3 of us kids are going to give you a lot of business. And yeah, it's going to be why it's in this with me, but just thank you for all the things. I love you. We all do. And yeah, bye.
Hey, Grandpa, it's your favorite grandson. Just wishing you a happy birthday. Turning 80, getting pretty old. And when I think about you, it just makes me think about all the good times that we had as kids in the car dealership. Just all the years of letting us just get in the cars, pretend to drive around. The helium tank, that was pretty fun. Opening up the soda machine to where you don't have to pay. We just kind of grab whatever we want, grab whatever sodas we want. There's you picking us up in school in these crazy cars. I remember a gold PT Cruiser with red flames on it, and then a big red Hummer that we also got picked up in with the TVs in the back seats on the headrests. It just, I don't know. You are a great grandpa, and I wouldn't want anybody else to be you. And just the joy that you brought when we were kids was just insurmountable. Always being excited to see you and always being excited to go to the dealership to just have fun. And even now, just the talks that you have with me about and finances and my future and going to college, it just shows that you really care and you love me well. And I know you love all your other grandkids and your children well as well. So I just want to say happy birthday. And I'm proud to call you my grandpa. And I just love you a lot. You're a great man of God who loves the Lord, loves his children. And I really look up to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. My first memory of you was actually before I met you. Wendy was talking about how Carson is built like you, tall and lanky, and how when he gets older, he's going to have a belly like you. When I met you, the thing that stuck out most to me is how much you teased Carson, and I love that because I love to tease Carson. And when you make him kiss you on the cheek. And I love the photo that we have of you at the wedding making Carson do that, which is great. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful birthday. You deserve it.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Here's wishing you a good one. And, you know, I think some of my fondest memories of, you know, being in California and hanging around you guys was when we were little and we would travel down to California. I think one of the warmest memories I have is, I think, us walking up to the lot and then walking in, seeing Queenie running around, going crazy, and then you would walk over with your, you know, King Richard shirt, and you would just hug us, love on us, ask us, you know, how our day went, how was the drive, all that kind of thing. Then we would go to your house, the one with the pool and all the rooms, and the creepy doors to the living room that were white and wooden, and we would just have a blast. And I think that was pretty much my childhood for the most part. I mean, definitely spent some time here in Washington, but it was mostly down there at your house. And I think a lot of us, it was the same thing. It was most of our early childhood was spent with you guys, you and Grandma. So I just want to let you know, Grandpa, that those memories are awesome. I love them. Wouldn't trade them for the world. And yeah, you're pretty awesome, Grandpa. Love you. See you soon.
Well, Grandpa, you are 80 years old. That is just about almost 3 times my age. Not trying to make you feel old, but also kind of trying to make you feel old. Just a little bit. I would say, I don't know, probably the most fond memories, there's so many of them, but just some of the memories I have with you are going to the lot and always smelling good food because you would cook in the kitchen lot all the time. And I always knew we would get some of it because we would come visit you and you'd give us, you know, stuff out of the vending machine, and we'd sit on the couches watching NASCAR because it was somehow always on, even if it wasn't Sunday. You somehow managed to have some sort of racing something on the TV in that lot for as long as I can remember. And I was just thinking, I could sit here on these couches as long as I want because my grandpa owns this place. And actually, speaking of the lot, I remember one time, I don't remember why Queenie was in trouble, but you decided to leave Queenie at the lot all night long, not remembering somebody else dropped you off, or one of the employees off, an assorted box of chocolates. Queenie just decided to help herself, and I think it was a little revenge for leaving her at the lot with you. You came back, and there was just crap all over the floor. She left you just little nuggets, little presents all over the lot floor as a little like, teach you to leave me here by myself again. And you were so mad. You had all the doors open, you had fans going, you were scrubbing all the carpet clean. I remember you telling my mom about it, and I was just listening, and you were just so aggravated with her. But we knew, Queenie, there's nothing Queenie could do to have you stop loving her. And it's always been the same way with us grandkids. We'd come over, there'd be like, you taught us how to be in business, and also you taught us business. And I'll let you decide which one of those has been more important in our lives, especially as grandkids, through the years. And we, even living at your guys' place, I remember you would spray down the outside furniture so we wouldn't have black widow spiders crawling around us when we were just trying to hang out and swim and sunbathe and all that fun stuff. And we would put Afghans over our head and run through the doors there's like the first room and then the living room, and Queenie would just freak out because she didn't know who we were, and she would be biting and gnawing and at the vacuum, and we were sick, and you were always so welcoming and open to like make sure we had everything we needed. And I remember we used to use toothpicks and tickle the inside of your nose and on the bottom of your feet, and if you ever sneezed or flinched, you would give us 25 cents each. And I don't remember who I did it with. It was one of us, like probably Kyle or maybe Carson, I don't know, but probably actually Clay. We would probably be the ones dinking around and trying to mess with you. But we always knew at the end of the day, not one single time, not a single second in any of our lives have we ever questioned your love for us. You've been just the best grandpa. From I was a trophy baby, I remember seeing pictures where you were holding me up next to that. I was not a cute baby. So, I mean, props to you for being willing to hold me up in front of all these people. But, like, with the trophy for races you would win, and you were just always so proud to be our grandpa, and now we get to return the favor. And just tell you in these videos how proud we are to have you as our grandpa. Because you've always, no matter what, always to the end of the day, you will just drill in us to always do the right thing. Doesn't matter how hard it may be, doesn't matter how much you don't want to, and how much the other option may seem like a lot more fun, you always need to do the right thing. And you've just been such a great grandpa. You always have the greatest stories, and not a day goes by that we would ever question your love for us. So happy birthday, Grandpa. We all love you very, very, very much, and I don't even think these videos will even begin to explain how much you mean to each and every one of the Gover, Hinson, all the last names, family, and coming from you. So, happy birthday. We love you, and I hope you never feel a day over 20.
Hey, Grandpa. Happy 80th. Just wanted to say I love you and appreciate all of the time and energy you've put into making your family and your grandkids feel cared for, whether that was opening the soda machine when we were younger to give us free sodas, or giving business, or playing the money game and just being generous. It's made an impact on my life and on your family's life, and it's something that we can look up to as far as what it looks like to be a grandparent and to just love your family. So all that to say, love you, happy birthday.
Hi, Grandpa. I wanted to say that my favorite memory of you and me is when you were giving me business, and you had your coffee in your hand, and I accidentally kicked the coffee mug, and it splashed all in your face, and that did not help stop the business, and that was really funny, and just want to say happy birthday, and I love you, and yeah.
Hey, Grandpa. Just want to wish you a happy birthday and say that I loved you. One of the coolest memories I have, probably just as a kid overall, is when we'd go to your shop down in Reading, and you'd always open up the big soda machines and let us pick whatever soda we wanted inside. I always thought it was super cool, and just to see all the stuff inside, and it was the coolest thing ever. Either that or the car with the hydraulics in it that would go up and down. That was really cool as a kid. But yeah, just wanted to say happy birthday and that I love you, and I hope to see you again soon.
Well, happy birthday, you old guy, you. I love you. I'm so excited and so thankful that you've avoided the dirt for 80 years. I love that you're still here, that you still love your kids, you love your grandkids, you love life, you love mom, and you're really pretty much an awesome dad. And I tell people all the time that I have the most awesome parents, and I have a super power influencer as a dad. You have been, I can't tell you how many times I have said to people, my dad is my hero. And a lot of it has to do with business. And I know we are scarily a lot alike. Like if something bad's going to happen, it only happens to you or me. We get ourselves in the worst predicaments. But I love and have so much respect for your business knowledge and your integrity that runs so deep. And I'll never forget your words that are always do the right thing. Always do the right thing no matter what. No matter what, if it costs you, always do the right thing. And I've tried so hard to live my whole life that way. I've not always been perfect at it, but I've tried. I love your sense of humor. I know you've impacted so many people and people that I don't even know, but I have been thinking about all the different memories and things that happened, and there's so many. I could probably talk for days because we get together and we laugh and laugh and laugh about something funny that you did or some prank you pulled on somebody or something. But I was thinking back, what are the things that I most remember as a child or things that impacted me? And when we played chase in the house that we lived in on G Street. And I remember running over the cat and hitting that cat and being so scared. And you and Bruce went back and found that Fred was in the bag. And I remember, getting married. And the day that I got married, you were 40 and you were reading a book. And I was about to get married and you were calm as a cucumber. In fact, right before the wedding, you took Joanne's wedding dress to the trash, to the dump, and you had to go fish it out of the dump on the wedding day. Who does that? That's the crap that only happens to you and me, right? Oh, geez. I remember you coming over and coming to the hospital when Rachel was sick. You and Mom came, and you came and visited us in Denver, and you guys were both just such great supporters. And I think for little girls, there's nothing more wonderful and warm than the arms of her daddy. And I love Mom. This is not about not loving Mom, but it's a different relationship between a daughter and a dad. And I love that about you. And I don't want to say too much because I would cry. We've just had so much fun together. And there's been so many things that I will cherish forever. And I'm so thankful that God gave you to me or gave me to you. I don't know, you might not think that, but I am so happy that I was part of your finest hour. That used to always embarrass me, and I loved it all at the same time. You would come by the office on Victor to some random patient that was in the office. Random, you didn't even know them. And I would walk out with that patient after talking with them, and you would be standing in the waiting room, and then you would launch into your finest hour speech. And I was embarrassed and kind of I loved it all at the same time because it's just who you are. It's just who you are and who people know you to be. You have loved Mom well, and I love you for that. I love that you love her so deeply and that you have taken the high road more times with people, with family, with money, with cars, with other relationships, and you always take the high road. And you're always the guy who says, when the pain exceeds the pleasure, I'm out. But there are some things in your life that the pain probably has exceeded the pleasure, but because it was the right thing to you do, you did it. And I love you for that. So happy birthday. I could go on and on about all the funny things, but you've got them written down. And you just have to know how much I love you. And I am so proud to call you my dad. And I hope that you love all these videos that are all put together by people who love you as much as we do. So happy, happy birthday.
Okay, it's recording now.
Dwight and Dorothy, of course, happy birthday, Rich. We love you, and going to tell a little story that really made us laugh, and we have enjoyed it ever since, almost every day.
Happened the last visit you were here.
Yes, that's true. So you were visiting, and you noticed that I spent a lot of time disagreeing with Dorothy.
He has no memory, but he thinks he does.
True, you're right, honey.
Okay.
So anyway, Rich, you said you thought you could help me a little bit, and you said you had a secret to share with me, and so you told me that what I needed to do was just say, you're right, honey. I'm wrong. I love you, honey. So you said that would get me out of trouble, and also that it might keep me alive for another day. So I tried it. Every night now. Oh, by the way, there was one other thing that you said there, and that was you whispered it kind of to me, and you said KISS. So
keep it simple,
yeah,
stupid.
Right. But well, okay, so I'm lost.
So you've been working on that, and
oh yeah, this one right here. So anyway, I said, well, should I say I'm sorry, or forgive me, maybe, or you're so smart, honey? Would that be better? And you said, no. What you want to do is just give them an inch and see if that works. So that's when you whispered to me about KISS. I think I finally figured out what that was. So anyway, so before I go to bed every night, I tell Dorothy that you were right all day, honey. I was wrong today, all day. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. You're so smart, honey.
And I just say you are so sorry.
Yeah, she does. She says that, but I don't disagree with her anymore. So anyway, I'm still working on the KISS part. We really had a good time that day. All of us with that little secret of yours. Oh, and by the way, on breathing and tying your shoes at the same time, I want to also thank you so much for the help on that one also, because that was a big hurdle for me. So
he has trouble breathing.
So happy birthday to the greatest King Richard of all. I was going to say the greatest king of all, and then I thought of one that might be greater. But you're a great king, the greatest, man. And we love you. We hope you have the best day ever. So that's
Come
it.
see us again.
Yeah, come see us again. We had a good time that last time.
I have a good shoulder now. It's all been replaced, so
Yep.
I'm back to cooking and whatever.
Hopefully your knees are not too bad, and you can get over here somewhat soon. We're having great weather, and I'll vacuum and everything. So anyway, we love you. Happy birthday. See you later, buddy.
Happy birthday. Goodbye.
Hi, my Uncle Richie. Happy birthday. Happy 80th birthday. Way to go. It's a great milestone for you. When I think of you, one of my happiest memories is every time I talk with you on the phone, you always either start the conversation with, "Hi, sweetie," or you end the conversation with, "Bye-bye, sweetie." So my fondest memory is I always have felt loved by you. Thank you so much. You are my favorite. And happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. We love you. Me and Jack. Sorry Nicole's not here. Yeah, you say happy birthday? Say happy birthday, Grandpa. Close enough. We love you, miss you, and we love having you as Grandpa. I have, and it's just been the best. Really proud that you're my grandpa, and just always had a good time with you, and I still feel bad that I took $100 from you. But I was young and I needed it, so I don't feel that bad. But I love you, and you just always made growing up so much fun whenever we were around you. I know that all of us, all your grandchildren feel that way, so I just love you. Happy birthday. Hopefully we see you soon.
Hey, Daddy-O. Happy birthday. I'm not going to be there with you today on your 80th birthday, but I wanted to make a little video for you and wish you a happy birthday. Talk about some things I remember over the last 80 years, share some interesting things with you for a few minutes on your birthday, and hoping that you're having an awesome, amazing, incredible day. And I love you. And again, happy birthday. So, 80 years is a long time to be around. And when you're around that long, you get to experience a lot of things, meet a lot of people, do a lot of things. But it takes time to do all those. So how long is 80 years, you might ask? Well, I did the math for you, and it's 29,200 days. That's a lot of days. So that means you got to experience 29,200 sunrises and sunsets, 29,200 moonrises, for the most part, and moonsets. Inside that number, we get to experience, or you did anyway, you have experienced Mondays 4,171 times, the same for every other day of the week. So you're well acquainted with each day of the week equally. So when we're on this earth, we get to travel around the sun. One trip around the sun, in terms of miles, is 584 billion miles. That's one trip around the sun. You've been on 80 of them. Do the math. 584 billion times 80. That means you've been traveling on this earth around the sun for 46,720 billion miles. My friend, that's a high mileage vehicle. That's you. But you still look good. We're glad you're here. Love you. Let's see. We've had 13 U.S. presidents since you've been here. Some of them we liked, and some of them we haven't. But another interesting fact that's happened over the last 80 years. Okay, so listen. Let's get to the meat of this thing. Let's talk about some things that I remember, kind of in a chronological order a little bit, and maybe all over at the end. But when I look back over the last 80 years, 56 of which I've been here with you, we've done a lot of really cool things and had some great times together. Going back, maybe the earliest recollection I have as a young child spending time with you was just, we would be on road trips in the car. We'd be driving someplace, and it would be late at night. We'd be trying to get home. You'd be driving, and I would be in the front seat with you, and I would lay down on your lap and just go to sleep. And I remember so many times doing that, driving home, sleep on your lap, and that was just a really, still just a very sweet memory that I have that we shared together when I was still very young. I remember when you first went into business back in the early 70s, even before that, when you were working at the car lots with John Arrett and then at Gustafson's. I always loved going to the car lot because I got to see you at work, and it's really where I fell in love with cars and whatnot. But I remember going to your car lot there on Broadway and being there on Saturdays and, you know, wanting to spend time with you. So I'd go out and I'd sweep the lot, and I'd come inside and we'd play snooker, we'd play pool if I could really play. But you had that little tiny office right there very front of the building, because the rest of it was not open yet. And those were some awesome memories that we shared there on Saturdays doing that. Remember when you got your first race car, where we lived on Donna Drive, and you would go out there on the weekend, maybe you weren't racing, you would go out there and work on the car, and I always like to go out there and do that with you. And that's really where I fell into love with racing and just being able to be around you and spend time with you and learn. And it's just awesome. You know, one of the fun things on Donna Drive that we experienced together, do you remember when we fell off the motorcycle as we left the house for a little Sunday ride on the motorcycle, and you put me on there, and luckily I had my helmet on, thank goodness, and you did too, and the motorcycle had a little oil leak, and the oil went onto the rear tire, and around the corner we went, and off we went, and I went one way, and you went the other, and down went the motorcycle. You got up and ran over and picked me up and ran me back to the house. I don't think Mom was too pleased by that, but that was, I remember that was pretty funny. What else? I remember you taking me quarter midget racing when I was a kid, and that was always, I loved it. I was never that good at it, but some great memories of doing that with you. It's still very vivid in my mind, and just awesome. You know, when I got older, in my teen years, started driving, and I had an issue with my keys, as you well remember, and many times I would lose my keys, or I wouldn't know where my keys were, and you would say, "Hey, Rick, do you know why God made pockets in your pants? For your keys. Put your keys in your pocket. You won't lose them that way." Remember that? I do. I can't get it out of my head. Speaking of heads, you know, you'd always say, hey, you know, God put a head on your shoulders for a reason. Would you use it? Just use your head. God put it there. I remember also, for you know, as old as I can remember, I think I was born in the church, but we would be at church. If the doors were open, we were there. You know, Wednesday nights, Friday nights, choir practice, Sunday morning, Sunday night, work weekends, anything. We were there at the church, but I just had such great times and memories of that, and we just had so much fun there. And I always liked to watch you singing with Mom in the duet, or in the choir, or in the quartet, or whatever, or playing basketball at the Nazarene Church was just always a hoot. And it's just some awesome memories, and a great foundation for me growing up. That to this day, you know, it's the base of my foundation. You know, from a Christian perspective, that's where it all started. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for being so supportive over the years, good times and bad. I just loved everything that you were able to do for me support-wise, and it means so much to me. And thank you so much. And for being so loving. You know, you were never afraid to tell me that you love me, or give me a kiss, or give me a hug, and encourage me. And I've tried to pass those things along to my kids, because that's what I was taught. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to do that. And to have that from you, it's been just really amazing and such a gift. All the things that we've been able to experience together, Dad, have just been a blessing, and wouldn't change it for anything. And you're just amazing. And I want the very best for you and Mom. But for your birthday, happy birthday! I love you very much, and I'm proud of you. I'm excited for what's coming in the future. I know you guys are going to have a great time as you transition up to Oregon to live with close to Randy and his family. So that's going to be exciting. But anyway, Dad, I love you very much, and I'm proud of you, and I want to wish you a happy birthday. I love you, Dad. Bye.
Hi, Richard. This is the Bean Girls. We sure do love you. What now?
I said, what up?
Don't interfere. Don't interfere. Hey, Rich, I was just reminiscing to myself because Mr. Bill Bean's not around anymore. But I got to come to one of your special birthday parties, and I can't remember which one it was, if it was 50, 60, I don't know, something like that, on O Street. And we had such a great crowd, and we laughed and we laughed and we laughed. And do you remember the song? And I'm not going to sing it, but you remember I Left My Heart in Sam Clam's Disco? I think that was it. Something like that. And you guys sang, and your car salesman friend, oh my gosh, we laughed and laughed. Bill sang that for years, every time he wanted to be funny. Anyway, I love you so much. You know I do. You've been a great guy in my life, and I just wish you many more years, and give a kiss to your wife for me. I love you guys.
Yeah, cool. Okay. King Richard, next to my dad, you were the funnest dad in the whole world. I just have so many good memories with you and your family, and I just love you so, so much. And I hold you dear in my heart, and we wish you the best, happiest birthday and all your blessings with your family. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, King Richard. It's been a long time coming. You just disappeared, moved over to the hill, to Reading, and poof, gone. I've learned to overcome that, and now that I know that you're back in our lives, I want to wish you a happy birthday. And I also want to ask your boys, what the heck, why did they miss out on these girls? What's that?
Not me.
Wait a minute, as my husband is doing the recording,
It's
so
true. That's true.
Anywho, so
We're
I
celebrating my
have.
daughter's birthday.
Sorry, I guess I'm done talking because my sisters. Anyway, I have just as many, if not more, memories of growing up with your family. But the one that still just baffles me is your daughters pulling out your chest hairs. I still can't quite understand that, but love you regardless. And you, yes, you were more than just friends of mom and dad. You were like the favorite
Best
couple.
friends. Yeah, best friends.
How appropriate, how brought in the background.
We love you.
Love you.
Happy birthday. Mwah. Love ya.
Really? What? What's that?
Good. Randy.
Hey Grandpa, happy birthday. 80's a big deal. I think Gabriel mentioned giving you 80 birthday spankings. So I think you can look forward to that from the kids. If you can dish it out, I think you can probably take it. I love you a lot. I'm really happy you were born. And I was trying to think of all the funny things that you used to do to us, or we used to do to you. And always remember business, of course. I'm sure everyone's going to mention the business. I'm probably one of the only grandkids that doesn't like the business. It's not my favorite thing, but you love business, and that's okay. I remember praying that you would not sit next to me at the dinner table when we would have family gatherings, because that would mean you were going to try to give me business while we were eating or pester me some way. And I used to be like, please don't let me sit by Grandpa. Please don't let me sit by Grandpa. And then it seemed like every time I would say that, I would sit by you. Just how it happened. So you always gave us business. And all the times we pranked you, that was awesome. The one I remember 3 pranks the most. The first one was, I'm pretty sure this had something to do with Auntie Wendy, but it was nail polish remover in the brownies. I remember that one. I remember frozen socks and underwear. That was a good one. And I remember tampons and maxi pads all over your truck one morning. Also very funny. That was probably my favorite. And I remember that you would always let us pick snacks out of the soda machine at your office. We could just pick them and you'd open it up and give us whatever we wanted. and playing with Queenie in the office and sitting there watching TV on your big couches on Pine Street. I remember when you were on Churn Creek in Cypress, and we used to walk over to Pack Out and get cheeseburgers. Those were so good. You used to let us, I think you used to probably give us money, and we'd beg you for money, and then you'd let us go get our food at Pack Out. That was always super fun. And, what else? There's so many things. So many good memories. Good memories at your house, in the pool. And Queenie was always so fun. And Dolly. We loved playing with Dolly. We loved to sneak up on her and startle her because she couldn't hear or see. That was fun. I don't know, you're an awesome grandpa. Our kids love you. Your grandkids and your great-grandkids love you. And we all love you. You're the best. I'm so glad you were born. You and Grandma are just amazing. You did a great job raising all your kids and loving all your grandkids well. And now your great-grandkids well. And they all think you're the best. So, love you guys.
Happy birthday, little brother. Love you very much. It's Bob. I am thinking about you on your birthday, number 80 of all things. That's in the rearview mirror for me. But I think about things that happened in the past, especially funny things. And the funniest I can think of offhand is the time when early in the morning in Eureka, you and Paul Ward were racing down 101 to get to the station to put it on the air. And you were racing each other going 100 miles an hour plus. A policeman stopped you. He not only ticketed you, but he threw you in jail. And he said that you told us that you and Paul were chinning yourselves on the bars. Well, Dad was furious, and he got you out the next morning. Love you, Rich. Come and see us sometime. Really love you and Carolyn. Both love you. Happy birthday, Rich.